James Holder for iFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym. With me I've got Danny, Cassius, Connor, also joined by young Cam. What's happening, boys?
You alright, mate? Not too bad.
Good.
just back from Spain, been out training at the MGM Marbella. Dan, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was wicked, mate. It was really good. I was out there sparring with Peter McDonough in his fight with Dean Byrne that he's got coming up, and it was wicked out there, mate. Yeah, I was living with staying with him and Jamie Conlon while I was out there. They're both in like pucker shape, and I got really well looked after by Big Danny out there who looked after me double well, and Danny Vaughan. And all the people at the MGM, you know what I mean, met all the boys out there, Big Sexy and all that, and all the boys. It was wicked. They have a good bit of banter out there, and it was pucker. It was a good place to train in.
Yeah, your next fight potentially on Channel 5 on that undercard of Lenny Dawes, fighting for the EBU title at Westcroft as well, which is a good place for you to fight, a local venue for you as well, not far for all your people to get to.
Well, listen, I've grown up in Carshalton, like Hackbridge and that, and as a kid I was always at Westcroft swimming and on the inflatables and doing the roller disco and all that. So to be able to fight there in front of everyone, all my mates and all my fans, is going to be brilliant. You know what I mean? I expect Carshalton to turn out to support me to the full, and Lenny of course, and Adam Raw-Salmon, he's on the bill as well. So yeah, there should be a fair few people there supporting us and cheering us all on, which is always nice.
Massive opportunity for Lenny Dawes, second time crack at this EBU title. I said you've known Lenny a lot longer than most people have seen him, followed his whole career. Do you think he deserves this shot?
Of course he does, mate. He went out there, he got robbed badly out in Italy. He deserves a chance to get it back. Like you said, I've known Lenny since I was a kid. I used to look up to him in the gym, you know what I mean? And I remember going and watching him fight Nigel Wright at York Hall and things like that. And that was my first proper taste of boxing, and seeing him in Nottingham when I used to live in Nottingham. He was up there boxing at the Ice Arena when I was living up there as well. Lenny's a top man, you know what I mean? He's a true professional, he's a gentleman, and he deserves his shot, and I've got no doubt that Lenny will go out there and do the business good and proper.
Some big fights coming up. Canelo Cotto on the 21st of November.
Yeah.
Massive fight. How do you see that one playing out?
It's a 50-50 fight, isn't it? But I think Canelo's just too young and fresh for him, to be honest with you. Cotto is the nuts. I mean, Cotto's a top man, a good boxer, but I just think Canelo's going to be too young and too fresh for him. And I think he'll win the fight. I think he might even stop Cotto. I think he could be quite quick. I really rate Canelo. Scott Quigg and Frampton's announced today as well, isn't it? Apparently
so. I haven't been able to watch Sky Sports News yet, but I've seen on the Twitter that it's
that's what
imminent.
I see as well. That's going to be a good fight as well.
Yeah.
If I had to, do you know what? I hate to go against Cole because I really like him. He's a lovely fella, and Barry and Shane and that, they're all top fellas at that gym. And but I tell you what, since the Martinez fight for Quigg, it's just and obviously Frampton getting put over in America, it just makes you think, doesn't it? It just makes me see a different side to it. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. You know, I think Quigg might nick it, but that's just my opinion, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know what I say about opinions. You know what I mean? Everyone's got one, ain't they? So it's just one of them.
Massive fight. It's been so long waiting for it. People got what they wanted, so
it's going to be wicked, mate. It's going to be a top night, and you know what I mean? British boxing's buzzing at the moment, isn't it? It's absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah. James DeGale going out to Canada to defend against Lucien Butte. What do you think of that? Good the first defence with DeGale?
On paper it looks easy, don't it, for DeGale, because Butte hasn't looked the same sort of fighter since Froch. But
he's been cobraed.
I'll tell you what though, he has been cobraed badly, do you know what I mean? But
you've got to think though, sorry to interrupt you, Froch weren't the favourite going into that fight.
No, and I'll tell you something as well, I think that Butte would be right up for it in Quebec, or it's Quebec and Montreal.
Quebec,
but I'll tell you what, he's going to be up for it, like 110%, and interesting stat, he's never been beat in his hometown, has he? So he's not going to be looking to surrender his own in his hometown in front of all his fans. I think James DeGale will have his work cut out, like I said, but I think DeGale will come through. I think, and he'll look good doing it as well. I think he'll stop Butte. His hands are like lightning, ain't they, James DeGale's? So I think that, to be quite honest, I think he goes out there and he does the business double well, and looks good doing it.
WBO world champion and your brother of face, Andy Lee, will defend against mandatory challenger Billy Joe Saunders in Manchester.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
7 press conferences, but it's a great fight, so we don't mind. Talk to me a little bit about that one.
Do you know what, mate? I've gone back and forward. Like, I like Billy Joe's a good mate of mine. Do you know what I mean? I've gone back and forward to try not to be as biased as I can. But the closer the fight gets, I think Billy Joe's been getting the edge in the little interviews as well, psychologically. And I know how hard Billy Joe trains. You know what I mean? I like Andy Lee, and you know he looks like me a little bit. But I think Billy Joe's going to go out there and do the business, mate. You know, everyone always bets against Billy Joe, like, and thinks that he's not going to do, you know, as well as what he does. And I think he goes out there, and I think he'll beat Andy Lee. I think he'll have him over a couple of times as well. But it'd be a good fight, and like I said, it's the first fight for two travellers, ain't it? For the world title or whatever. But yeah, I think Billy Joe goes out there and he does the business double well, mate.
Some big fights. I see. Speaking of potential big fights, I see yourself having a little bit of a dispute with Tommy Coyle on Twitter. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, cool. Basically, Frankie Gavin was getting at a wind up. Something Tommy Coyle said something about. He tweeted about how you look on the scales is how hard you've trained in camp. But I said I don't agree with that. I said, you know, there's fighters out there that haven't got that ripped six-pack look. Do you know what I mean?
Like mainly yourself.
Yeah, basically I'm one of them as well. It hit a nerve. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm one of them guys. I don't look ripped to pieces. But I just said no, I don't agree with that. And then Frankie Gavin got a wind up, didn't he? And went, yeah, all right, well, you two should fight then. And I just went, yeah, I'm game whenever. Tommy Coyle come back with, well, I'm not a super lightweight and I like hard fights. As if to say, I'm not a hard fight. Well, if I'm not a hard fight, then why not make some easy money and shut me up then? Do you know what I mean? I think I could beat Tommy Coyle. I'll beat his mate Ricky. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's what's winding him up. But yeah, I'd be game for that. I'll go up to Hull and fight him, mate. I definitely would. I think I've seen a lot of things in Tommy Coyle that I think I could exploit. A lot of holes in his defence and things like that. I don't look the best fighter to watch on telly or to see live, but once I'm in there with you, it's a different story, mate. You know, a lot of unbeaten fighters and up and coming prospects have found that out the hard way. And if Tommy Coyle wants to add his name to my resume, then I'm more than game for that, mate. Don't you worry about that.
You got to get through obviously December 5th first.
Yeah.
Will that be at lightweight?
It will. It's only a 6-rounder or an 8-rounder, I think. So probably 9, 10, 9, 11, 9, 12, just as long as it's below 10 stone. Like I said, it's a nice run out. I haven't had many easy fights in my career, so I think I'm entitled to sort of, not in even an easy fight, but because I don't know who I'm fighting yet, but I think I'm entitled to have a 6-rounder instead of a 10-rounder, which is all I seem to fight nowadays. But yeah, listen, mate, like I said, I want to get Christmas out of the way. There's a good chance that I might be on one of the MGM Marbella shows in Dublin on February the 7th, I think they said. It's not confirmed yet, do you know what I mean? But Daniel said he's going to try and get me on. So that would be nice to go out there and fight out there, maybe. Do you know what I mean? So we'll just get this fight out December 1st, see what happens, and then who knows, hopefully Eddie or Daniel can get me on one of their shows, which would be nice.
Alright, well listen, it's good to catch up with you. Thanks for giving us a bit of your time today, do appreciate it.
Yeah, can I just say thank you to a few of my sponsors that support me through my camp. H Freight, Harry Shaw, Maxine Green with Mum McKay's Cakes, she's the nuts. If you want some cakes, go to her. My mate Mitch Cooper Fire Services, Sutton Private Hire, the cab firm at the bottom of Sutton. Anyone from around the area want a cab, you go to them because they're supporting me out here now, you know, they're helping me out. And obviously the Amelia May Davis Neuroblastoma Fund, which is obviously for all the kids that are sick with cancer. Have a look at their website and just give them a follow and promote the cause. And yeah, that's about it. Cam, do you want to say anything? Nothing? What's your name?
Cameron Harris.
Do you do boxing?
Yeah.
Where do you do boxing at?
Mitcham.
With who?
Keith.
Keith. Is it called Small Holdings Gym? It's called Small Holdings, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've been sparring in that as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a champ one day?
Yeah.
You'll be better than me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cameron Hurricane Harris, or Homicide Harris. So we're calling him. He's got a Pacquiao hand speed.
Cameron Reese Harris.
Cameron Reese Harris is his real name. We've got to give you a nickname for fighters, yeah? So we're going to call you the Hurricane. Cameron Hurricane Harris, yeah? Nice one, James. Thanks for the interview, mate.
Cheers, Dan.